Hello everybody and thank you for joining me. Today I will teach you how to create this fall eye makeup look using the 35O palette from Morphe brushes. So to start off this eye look, we're going to begin by priming our eyelids so that our shadows will last all day. And today I'm using the Essence I Love Stage Primer that can be found at Ulta. And we're just going to go ahead and blend it all over the eyelid as up to the brow bone evenly throughout the eyelid. To set that primer, we're going to use the NYX HD powder in the banana shade with an e.l.f. tapered brush that can be found at Target. And I've been loving this brush a lot lately. And as you notice, I already did place my tape just so I can have a precise, crisp line for my eyeshadow. Okay, next we're going to start with the transition shade, which is important because it helps with all of the shadows to diffuse and blend seamlessly into one another. So we're going to use this brown reddish shade in the palette and use whatever you have on hand that's similar. Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear, if you have that, would work perfectly fine. And we're just going to be blending this shade as in windshield wiping motion, left to right and back and forth to start our transition shade. So now that we have our transition, we're going to pick up the shadow that's a little bit lighter in brown, and we're going to just do circular motions on the outer half of our eye. And next with the Makeup Geek Soft Dome Brush, this is a dark brown with the undertone of gray, and I'm just slowly gonna pack this onto the outer half of my eye and the inner lid of my eye, just slowly packing on the color, adding little by little, because if you add too much at a time it's hard to blend out. So if you add just little by little, then you'll be fine. And just remember to just always blend. I feel like that's the key to everything. With the Stellazzi brush, I'm going to pick up the main shadow. This is a bronzy gold. It's more of a bronze, I would say, but before we're going to add some Too Faced shadow insurance to our eyelid, and we're going to pack that onto the lid. We're gonna go ahead and use that same dark color that we had, and again just darkening up that outer half of our eye. You can modify it to however you want, but I just feel like I wanted it a little bit more dark and daytime appropriate. And I'm doing that to the inner tear duct of my eye as well. Okay, so with a clean fluffy brush, any fluffy brush will do. We're just going to go ahead and blend all of the colors together, make sure we have no harsh lines, and if we do, we're just blending all of that together very diffusely together. And this is in real time, this isn't fast pace. We're going to go ahead and highlight our brow bone. I love this color because it's not too bright, it's not too matte. It's just like an in-between yellow, so it doesn't give off too much white. So to add a little bit more warmth, we're going to add this very light orange shade, and as you can tell, it's already starting to get more warm and orangey. I did contour with the Wet n Wild Contouring Duo with the NARS Ita brush, and as you can tell, I have like some powder under that and under my eyes. This is basically setting the concealer that I put under my eyes. It's a version of baking or cooking, but I honestly don't like that word. It's just setting your concealer in place, honestly. Anyways, we're moving on to bronzer, and I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer with a Morphe stippling brush. I will list everything in the description box that I don't show, like my foundation and all that stuff, because I just feel like you guys seen that so much already, so I don't want to be repetitive. This is the MAC Melba blush, and I'm just putting that on the apples of my cheeks with a Real Techniques blush brush. Moving on to my favorite part of makeup now, it's highlighting. This is a new Anastasia Peach Nectar Illuminator, and this is a Morphe 310 brush, which is my obsession. I cannot put this down, and I'm just applying that to the highest points of my cheekbones basically, and I stopped there for a moment and I was just like, ooh, yeah, I love it. And I added more because it's a really pretty shade for tan to deeper skin tones. And then I'm going to dust off that powder that I have under my eye and under that contour slash bronzer. And if you're wondering what I use to set my concealer, it's literally right behind me. It's the Nye Banana Powder. I just used it with a beauty blender. But again, I will list everything in the description box, so be sure to check it out just in case you had any questions, or if anything, just ask me in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer it. For my waterline, I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Whiskey Liner on my waterline. And I did use the same eyeliner as a wing. That's what I'm doing here with the brush, and then I'm just diffusing that into my crease just to be a little bit more smoky. I don't know, I've never done this, but it was just fun to play with it. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use the same color that I used for the transition shade and that same dark brown that I used on my outer crease on the lower lash line. So next I'm just going to go ahead and pop this color into my inner tear duct, and then you can follow through with mascara to your lower lash line and top lashes. This would be so perfect with falsies, like any type of demi wispies, but I didn't have any, so if you have any and you want to try it, I think you definitely should. To line my lips, I'm using MAC Pro Longwear lip liner in the shade Morning Coffee, along with the Ultra Matte lippy color by ColourPop in the shade Tulle. Wow, that was a handful. So now I did add a little bit more of that peach nectar to my cupid's bow on the tip of my nose, and I followed it with MAC Fix Plus, just spritzing it all over my face just so that I won't be so powdery. But that is the end of this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys would want to see more tutorials, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Bye!